Hey everybody, what's up? It's Friday night. I'm your host Craig. This is the Late Night Agenda. We're only days away now from the big game against the Manx. It is a big game, let's not kid ourselves. They mightn't be in form, they mightn't be at the best, but it is a massive game. We've come through 10 days of big games, and we rolled straight into another one. They come thick and fast at this time of the year. Welcome to everybody that's already in the chat, everybody joining us. Scotty, the Revenite, Lazy, the Monetization, Connor, Kev, how the hell are we? Hope we're all enjoying our Friday. Lots for us to get through. We'll have a little chat about Mohamed Salah winning awards. We'll have a chat about Trent winning awards. And we'll have a little chat about a record that Mo Salah wants to put to bed, and a record that isn't quite one that he wants to brag about. Who else we got? Jaden's in, Stephen's in, Luke, Jeff. How are we guys? Tom, hello Craig. What the fuck is in the background on the pitch? It's just seats, mate. Seats, grass, scoreboard, all the usual stuff. How are we all? Up the boys, said Eganito. How are we? Look, might as well start with Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah has just won awards left, right and centre. All over the place. He just keeps winning awards. They don't stop. He won this year, he won the BBC African Footballer of the Year for 2018. So congratulations to Mo Salah on that. Another award to add to his growing collection. And another one that's very well deserved. We know that Africa is a continent that is certainly growing in regards to football. The standard of footballers there is unbelievable. And for Mo to win that award, it's fantastic. Other players up for the award were Sadio Mane, Benatia, Koulibaly and Thomas Partey from Ghana. So he was up against some good players there, but look, to be fair, Mo Salah, he was probably one of the best players in the world. So I would say winning the African award is almost a gimme, but it's still a nice thing for him to get, and well deserved. But respect to everybody that was up for the award, because they're all fantastic players. Right, how are we? I wouldn't be surprised. Now what else we got? Oh, Lars, you win. Lars wins. Connor, Lars won. Why is Jose on the pitch? Lars, we were waiting for it. You won, mate. That is Jose the alpaca that you can see in the background, guys. It's Jose. We're getting ready. He's getting the pitch ready for the game. Just making sure that the tyre tracks are ready. He's just chilling on the grass just to make sure that Jose can get the bus on the pitch for the game at the weekend. But you won, Lars. I was waiting to see how long it was going to take for somebody to call it Jose. And you're right. It is Jose, the Anfield Agenda alpaca. And there you go. How are we, guys? How are we? Craig, sorry I've been away for the past 2 weeks. My dad passed away. Oh Jesus, Marcy, I'm so sorry to hear that, pal. Oh my goodness, man, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry to hear your father passed away. Obviously our thoughts are with you, pal. Love to you and the family from all of us, and I know I speak for all of us when we say that, but mate, we're with you. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's not a great time of the year either, buddy, for that to happen, but we love you and we're here with you, buddy. And thank you for jumping back in. But anything you need, reach out. You know we're always here. We are a community on here, so pal, reach out, and you know if you need that, and we're here. It's easy. We're not just saying that, we're here, pal. We honestly are here if you need anything. All of us in the chat, myself, Connor, whatever it might be. I'm so sorry to hear of your dad's passing. Yeah, there's something about this time of year, guys, isn't there? It's yeah, God bless you, mate. Your thoughts are with you, definitely. I'm glad to see, and I expect no less, everybody in the chat saying the same thing as well. All thoughts, condolences, love, sympathy, everything to Marcy and his family. I don't know what to say. There's nothing we can say, mate, but you're not on your own, and don't be on your own, and reach out. I don't know what to say, honestly. Sorry to hear about that, Mossy. Cheers all. No, stream isn't frozen at my end. Not that I can see anyway. It looks to be working okay. A few other bits and pieces, guys, as well. Look, we spoke about Mo Salah, and I know it's hard to move on from the news that Mossy put into the group, but we have to move on, unfortunately. Look, I don't know what to say. This is a very tough one. How do you move on from that one? My mind is completely with Mossy at this point now and his family. Mate, I'm so sorry. Jaden said Craig nearly at 6,000 subs, which is class. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's brilliant. It's nice to move on and to get to that number. But look, we'll try and circle back around. Mossy, mate, just again to reiterate, we are here if you need us. Connor's here, I'm here, all the guys in the chat are here. This is a community channel, mate. We are a family on here. If one of us bleeds, we all bleed, so don't feel on your own. Guys, look, I'm going to try and circle it back around. I know it's difficult, but we'll push on and try and have a chat about the Reds. And look, Marcy knows we're here if he needs us. Mo Salah. We spoke about Mo Salah winning the BBC African Footballer of the Year 2018, and congratulations to him. But there's another record that Mo Salah has at the minute that he wants to break. He's not going to want it after this weekend, and I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe this when I heard it. So Mo Salah's never scored for Liverpool against Manchester United. How crazy a stat is that? Mohamed Salah has yet to score for Liverpool against Manchester United. Now, that's one record that he's going to want to put to bed, and it's one record that I fully believe he's going to put to bed this weekend. I've every faith that Mo Salah is going to bag one on Sunday. I've every faith that the Reds are going to get 3 points. I want to have a chat about the game. I want to have a chat about the press conferences today. Jose had stuff to say. Klopp had stuff to say. The players are having their bit and pieces to say. The fans are certainly having their bit to say. There's loads for us to get through. Sub count is at 5,854. Thank you for that one, mate. It really is flying along. I mean, it seems like we were only talking about 5,000 a few days ago or a week ago. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Craig, get Jose off the pitch. The stadium will become fucking tarmac. That's the whole point. He's getting it ready for the bus. Jose, the Anfield alpaca, is getting the bus ready. He's getting ready for Jose to just rock up there in his bus, and then we tear that bus apart, much like we did with another bus from Manchester. What happened with that? Oh yeah, sorry. No, we'll move on from that one. Craig, worth a fiver for a Mo hat-trick on Sunday, said Stephen Richards. I don't know, mate. I'm not betting on it. I just can't. I can barely bring myself to watch the games against United, let alone stick money on them and have that in the back of my mind as well. I mean, money goes out the window. It's more important about getting the 3 points. He'll score this weekend as United have a terrible manager and a terrible defence. Yes, they do to both. And that's not just me having a sly dig at United, by the way, because I have a begrudging respect for United, as I'm sure most people do, because, you know, that they've been very, very successful in the past 15, 20 years. But as things stand, I want to hammer them. I want to go out there on Sunday and I want to beat them 4-5-6-0. Will we do it? I don't know. Let's wait and see. I think an early goal, as I said yesterday, an early goal is very, very important in this game. The manager was speaking today in his press conference about players being available, and look, we know that Joe Matip is out. We know that Joe Gomez is out. It's looking more and more likely like Trent is going to be out. The manager said today that they're monitoring him day by day to see what's going on with Trent. I don't think he's going to make it. Kleiny is back, which is good, but the manager again was very doubtful about whether Klein can play a full 90 minutes at this point in his recovery, so we are getting left a little bit short there, but it's short in 1 or 2 positions. Overall, I think we're going to be too strong for them. Just reading through to see if there's any other bits and pieces I missed from the press conference. Oh yeah, Jose Mourinho had his little slide dig, which he loves to do, because let's be honest, the man is obsessed with Liverpool for some reason. He's absolutely obsessed with Jurgen Klopp doing things and Liverpool becoming good. So he had a little slide dig again. He was talking about the money that Klopp spent. He was talking about the players that were recruited and all that type of stuff. And he said to them, maybe this season finally you will demand that they win. And he said that to the media as if to say, like, basically, Klopp spent all this money, he's brought in all these players, now it's time for you guys to do your job and start putting pressure on him to make sure that if he doesn't win, he's deemed a failure. I don't know what it is from Jose Mourinho at this point. I don't know if he's just trying to deflect away from how poor his Manchester United career is going, how bad that team is, how badly the money was invested at the club. I don't know exactly how much, but I'm sure I remember Mark Goldberg saying something like 400 million since he's been at United, he's been given to spend, which is a shit ton of money. I don't know off the top of my head how much Jurgen Klopp has spent. I've no idea. I know net spend has been a lot less than they've spent, but at the end of the day, every single player, pretty much every player that Jurgen Klopp has brought in has improved us. And for Jose to have another slide dig, it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. I don't understand where he's going at. Fuck him. Honestly, he just needs to shut his fucking mouth at this point. He's embarrassing himself. He's embarrassing the club he's the manager of. He's embarrassing his fans. I don't know what else to say about Mr. Mourinho at this point. Sometimes I look at him and I wonder, is he just taking the piss to see how far he can go before he gets the boo? And I hope to God that we put the final knife in his coffin this weekend and we give them an absolute kicking. But might that play into the United fans' hands? I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. And I want to say thank you, by the way. you guys know I went over to the United stand and went over there and talked to Mark, but I was expecting to be absolutely slaughtered in the chat. You know, banter. I was expecting to be slaughtered. But I want to say thank you to anyone that popped over from the United stand or anyone that might be watching now, because I read through some of the comments. I was sent some messages on Twitter and on YouTube, and they were very nice, and I thank you very, very much for those kind words. Look, there was a bit of banter, of course there was. You guys know I like a good trolling, and I found one comment on the United stand against me that I thought was brilliant, and you guys, as I said, you guys know I appreciate good trolling, and this guy called me a white Malteser. And you know what? I tip my hat to that fella. A white Malteser is original. I like it, mate. Whoever you are, I can't remember your name, but calling me a white Malteser is top notch. That's proper banter. That's, you know, if you're gonna troll me, come up with something original like that. So well done to him. Geisel said, I think it's Geisel, mate. Excuse me if I mispronounced it. United stand man here. Thank you, mate. And honestly, the feedback I got from the guys over there was lovely. So thank you very much for that one. October is in. How are you? Late to the party? My sincerest condolences for Mossy Wassy. Absolutely, and I'm sure that's echoed by everybody in the chat. Before we move on again to talk about Klopp and Jose in the game, something before I forget, and I'm not sure if everybody's aware of this or not, but if you're not, maybe go have a look and see if it's your thing. The club have released a Blackout shirt, it's called. So it's basically a black version, a completely black version of this year's home shirt. Now, you might remember from last year, the club released a Blackout shirt as well. And last year's one I thought was particularly lovely. This year's one, I'm not sold on personally. I don't like it, but that's just my tastes. But if you want to go have a look at it, it's on the New Balance store and it's on the club's official website. Just search Blackout LFC and you'll find it. It's priced on the Liverpool store at £75 sterling. If you're in Ireland, I'm not sure what the price is. I didn't check the conversion actually, because once I seen the shirt I decided I wasn't buying it because I don't like it one bit. But look, if it's you, if that's your thing, if you like collector's items or limited edition stuff, check it out. It's called the Blackout LFC shirt. And if you have seen it, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you've bought one as well, because they're on pre-release at the minute, so I think they're shipping them out on the 30th or the 31st of December, I think, if memory serves correct. Are you wearing an LA MLS shirt? I am indeed. An LA MLS shirt, there you go. When I went over this year, when I was in Orlando, I picked up a few shirts. I got this one, I got the Toronto shirt, I picked up, what other ones did I pick up? I already had the Atlanta United shirt. I can't remember what other ones I picked. Oh, I picked up a Columbus Crew shirt as well when I was over there. I hope we beat you on Sunday though. After that, I don't give a crap. Look, I understand that. Of course you're going to want to beat us the same way we do with you. And I have to say, when these games come around, form, and I keep saying this, but form does go out the window. It's who wants it more on the day. And we've done it to you guys have done it to us. Last year you frustrated the hell out of us at Anfield in that 0-0 draw. Yeah, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to expect. I'm a bit nervous. I'm a little bit confident. I'm a little bit nervous. But I'm not expecting us to get beaten. That's one thing I'm very confident of going into this game. And that's not because it's United. It's because of a record at home. Liverpool unbeaten in the Premier League at Anfield now for something like 20 months. It's crazy. The amount of boring Uncle Fester trolls and Bin Dipper trolls is boring. Look, the Uncle Fester thing, I mean, that was yesterday. I mean, I've been battered with that one for a couple of years. I expect better. I mean, I appreciate a good troll. As I say, if you're going to come on, have a go, love to hear it. I mean, I'm open to it. It doesn't hurt me. It just rolls off my back. I've received a lot worse in my life, trust me. So, a good troll, I appreciate. White Malteser, top notch, as I've said. A few other belters that I've got over the years as well. And, you know, good trolls will get respected on this channel, as well as getting fucked off, because you're going to get booted off as well. But I'll respect you on your way out the door. Massive Liverpool following it here, said Matthew Hardy. Lee Sharp was on TalkSport this morning and he said Mo Salah isn't celebrating because... What was that comment? I missed it. He isn't celebrating because... Where were we? Liverpool fans are on his back. Fuck off, Lee Sharp. Will you shut the fuck up? Liverpool fans are on Mo Salah's back. Yeah, of course they are. How dare he score a hat-trick? How dare he score a goal that puts us through in the Champions League? The fucking cheek of him. How dare he, the useless bastard. Who the hell does Lee Sharp think he's talking to? Liverpool fans idolise Mohamed Salah. Absolutely idolise the man. Whether he's scoring or not, whether he's in form or not, the man is a machine and he's loved at this club. by adults and children alike, and up and down the country, all around the world, because he is a fantastic human being, a fantastic footballer. And that's just nonsense. Absolute fucking nonsense by Lee Sharp. That really is bullshit of the highest order. That's up there with some of the shite that you'd expect Phil Neville to come out with. My dad bought me a black top and a scarf that says "You'll never walk alone," said Luke, which is really nice. Nice one. Matthew Harding flapping his gums because you're going to be bent over on Sunday, mate. Oh, I don't know who this is aimed at. Nice show, thank you. That's really kind of you. How are you, Craig? Sorry, haven't been on in a week. Great win on Tuesday, said Mighty Lad. It was brilliant, mate, wasn't it? It was a nerve-wracking 90 minutes, but they got the job done. That save at the end from Alisson was crazy. How the hell did he do it? But look, we did it. Matthew Hardy said, not arse, the pressure is on you lot. No pressure at our end, mate. This is just another game. It's another 3 points. It's another home win. Not really much pressure because it's you lot, to be fair. In my head, I'm almost treating United as a Burnley, that type of performance at this point, because it's clear that you're not going to come and attack. You're not going to come and have a go. You're going to come and do what most lower half teams in the Premier League do when they come to Anfield. And I'm not calling United a lower half team. I'm just saying that's the type of style of football I'm expecting. Sit back, sit back, sit back. Hope to catch something on the counter. Hope to catch something from a set piece. And look, I think you can disagree with me if you like, but I think we both know that's probably how Manchester United are going to set up. Whether that be through injuries, whether that be through the manager just liking tall athletic players that you know can't keep the ball on the ground, I don't know. I don't watch United enough to really know that. Craig, some American friends are insisting that we're going to Nike next season and the New Balance deal is being cancelled. Nike are doubling the amount of the New Balance deal. Stephen, you're not the first person to mention that to me, pal. Somebody else today said to me about the deal being cancelled. And I kind of took it with a pinch of salt because I don't know. I hope to God we don't go to Nike. I really do. I don't like Nike football shirts. I really don't like them at all. But whatever the club do, I'm sure they're doing it for the best financial reasons of the club. All I'll say is if we go to Nike, expect the price of the shirts to go up quickly. But Nike like to back their clubs as well, so if Nike are doing the Liverpool kit, then you never know, Nike might be putting a hand in their pocket as well to help bring in some players to fill those Nike shirts. But I don't know if it's true or not, Stephen. To the best of my knowledge, there was at least another year left on that New Balance deal, perhaps even longer. But, you know, I don't know. I've no inside information at all. Right, so I don't think form does go out the window. These games are the benchmark on how form is. I don't know if that is true, Ray. I don't know if it is. Now maybe you've statistics there to back it up. Statistics there to back it up the other way, pal, and I could be completely wrong. But I remember many times Liverpool not being in great form and going and beating United when they're flying, or vice versa. But you know, as I said, that's just intuition. I'm not going picking it from stats or anything. Craig, just curious, why is there a donkey in the background? It's not a donkey. It's the Anfield Agenda alpaca. And his name is Jose, and he's getting the pitch ready for the bus to come at the weekend. It's just making sure that everything's tickety-boo there. Up that end of the pitch, you see where he is right there. I mean, that's probably where Phil Jones is going to be. So, you know, it's one alpaca for another, really. Hopefully the Nike leaks are fake about the new kits because they look shit. I haven't seen any of these kits, but Connor said to me that there is something floating around about some shirts that have been doing the rounds and they look horrible. But look, I don't know. Football Fan Fever said, I'm back again, a United fan. My prediction is 2-0 to Liverpool, which I think was my prediction on the United stand, I think. Yeah, who does this Salah cunt think he is? El Hadj Diouf, said Ray. It's ridiculous, isn't it? How could you not like Mohamed Salah, for God's sake? Tell you what, I just on the United stand and that chat was okay and Gark was sound, said Ben. Look, he was very professional. I was treated very well over there. What can I say? It was a nice chat about the game. Mark is coming on Monday night, so I'm looking forward to having Mark on here on Monday for a reaction to the game. Fingers crossed for us. It's from a Liverpool win, but he'll be treated with the same respect I was over there. And hopefully we'll have a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh, and you know, we'll look back over the game. Salah made the celebration his own. How do we know if he isn't celebrating? Exactly. I don't care if he celebrates or not. All I care about is Mohamed Salah sticking the ball in the back of the net. Once that's done, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to do moonwalk, he can do that. If he wants to do fucking handstands, he can do that. I don't care what he does as long as he sticks the ball in the net, and that's his job done as far as I'm concerned. Craig, that comment you read out about 85 people in here, he was laughing at us saying United stand made us, which I'm not having. Been here a long time. Fuck him. If your man's having a dig at us, I couldn't give a bollocks to Revenue. Honestly, I've said this to you before. If he's in having a dig, he can lick my big Irish nuts. But the United stand made us. I don't care, mate. Let's put one thing straight. We were asked to go on there. It wasn't the other way around. Mark reached out to me and said, will you come on? And I said, of course I will. Happy to come on. So don't come on here and say that anybody made us, my friend, because this channel is our channel and I don't give a fuck if we have 1,000 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers. That's not why we're here. We're here to talk to people that we enjoy talking to. And we don't have to justify ourselves to Revenue, to him or any other prick that comes over here and tries to act like Billy Big Bollocks, because they mean nothing to us. So fuck them. Man United, the new Wimbledon. You can't hate Salah, said Roberto. You just can't, man. You're right. And you're a Juve fan. And you said, like, you can't hate the man. It's impossible. It's like Juan Mata. As much as we might dislike Manchester United, it's impossible to dislike Juan Mata as a human being, because he is just a wonderful human being. Jaden may talk to you soon. Liverpool legend says, I think 80 minutes will be Jose parking the bus and 10 minutes United doing what they want to do. Look, an important goal is really, or an important goal. It is important. An early goal is really important in this game. Really important. I love Man United suffering because Sir Alex bored me to death back in the day. Bored? I mean, to be fair, under Ferguson, United played a pretty decent brand of football, so I don't know how he could have bored you to death, but look, I don't know. I'll leave it with you. Mo's laser focus at the moment and is trademarking his laser stare celebration. Man United's play style is great, way to help sleeping difficulty. Look, whatever, let's fucking... I don't want this to become too Man United centric, because look, we're here to talk about Liverpool, and yeah, we can stick a few slide digs in at Jose and all that stuff, but fuck it, I don't know what to say. At the end of the day, we're a Liverpool channel. Let's look at this from a Liverpool perspective. 11. What 11 are we expecting to take to the field on Sunday? This is a tough one to pick, particularly with the back four. The 11 I went with yesterday is kind of the 11 I think I'm still going to stick with. So I'm going to go with Alisson Becker in goal, Fabinho at right back, Lovren and Van Dijk, and then Robertson at left back. Midfield trio, Jordan Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum and Naby Keita, although I'd understand Shaqiri going in, and then the front three being the front three. So that's the 11 that I'd like to see. The subs are going to play an important role in this as well, but it's the right back situation that makes me a little nervous. Fabinho will be more than capable of playing there, but Milner could play there. Oh, I know he's coming back from cramp, so I'd be amazed if he does play actually. Craig, saw footage of the team at Alderhay. Big Alex was almost in tears from Mo. Yeah, look, we spoke about it yesterday. It's amazing what both clubs from Liverpool do with Alderhay, Everton and Liverpool. I mean, credit where it's due. Fantastic. And Alderhay Hospital, we gave it a bit of a shout out yesterday on what we were saying. They are absolute superstars. What the work that they do in there, the staff are utterly amazing, and nothing but love and respect for all of them. What else have we got? Hi Craig, why is there a horse on the ground? It's not a horse, mate. It's Jose, the Anfield Agenda alpaca. I'm a new subscriber and I already like your channel. Bring on those Manx on Sunday. Get the 3 points, said Jay. Thank you, mate. And look, if there anybody is watching that hasn't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so. We're trying to move towards 6,000 subscribers, and I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there by the end of the week, all going well, which is absolutely class. I'm super nervous, said Natural Opinion. No need to be nervous. Firstly, it's only a game of football. I know it's easy to say it's only a game of football when I'll be on here on Sunday absolutely crazy like a fucking nut job. Oh, on that one, Watchalong on Sunday. We're going to be starting about 3:20, and the good news is It's not just going to be me for this one. Connor's coming up to join me. So you'll have myself and Mr. Crosby for the watch-along of the United game. So it'll be a duo. So hopefully we have something to celebrate. So Connor will be here for that one. He'll be here for the post-match stuff as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Always great to have Connor up, and always better when there's two of us doing it because it's easier. It's more fun as well. Ray said, no stats, just 40 years watching the results of two teams playing at their best. A fairly good idea of where we stand. Seasonal form rather than weekly form, if that makes sense. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. And look, one of the beauties of this is we all view football in different ways, and we all see certain things in different ways, and we all perceive things in different ways. And it's part of the fun of being a fan, isn't it? As long as we're all respectful in the way we treat each other when we differ in these opinions, I think that's the most important thing. You sound like Brendan Rodgers when you say beautiful human being. That's because it's within us, all us Irish people, when we say that. It just, you go into this rhythm of the way you speak. Kev has set up an Anfield Agenda Insta account, by the way. The link is in there. If anybody wants to go and follow it there, click on that link. You're not going to have to look at pictures of me and Connor, by the way. Don't worry, that's not the type of Insta we're going for here. It's not. There's no nude shots or Connor in bikinis or anything like that. Defo no penises. Definitely none of them. You have to pay extra for them. I love the fact that Everton and Liverpool players and staff are going to all the hay to visit all the kids in hospital. That will put a smile on all their faces. It is a beautiful gesture, mate, from both clubs, as you've said. And long may it continue. And look, it's not just Liverpool and Everton that do this. United do it, Arsenal do it, all the big clubs do it around Europe, or around England and Europe, I suppose, probably as well. But you have to do it. Clubs have to have a social conscience as well, and I'm sure the players enjoy doing this, and I'm sure the players know how much a visit from them will mean to kids and families in these hospitals, especially at this time of the year. Nobody wants to be in hospital for Christmas, whether you're an adult or a child, but particularly for a child. If you're in hospital at this time of the year, I mean, any little bit of magic or beauty that can be brought in by these players will be truly welcomed by the family. So well done to all of them, to all the clubs, and particularly lots of love to all the staff that do the amazing work in these hospitals and look after these kids and their parents. What else we got? Hey guys, how's everybody feeling about Sunday? Said AS Empire. I am feeling good, actually. Good. I don't know if... Yeah, no nerves yet. I'm feeling confident, but you never know what to expect. I'll be more confident, I think, mate, after I see the two teams, the two 11s, and I know who I'm playing against. Beats Box Dre said Uncle Fester. Mate, I don't want to know who you're fucking. I mean, it's up to you, mate. If it's your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, I don't give a fuck, mate. If you want to let us know who you're sleeping with on here, that's up to you, pal. Sorry I didn't turn up yesterday, wasn't in the right frame of mind. You'd nothing to apologise for, mate. Did you see the stunner in the Argentine Cup final? Do you remember me talking about him some months ago? Was this the... Yes, I do. I remember the goal, but I don't remember the guy, if you get me. I do remember the goal that he scored, but... No, I don't remember you talking about him, but don't take that personally. You know I've got a memory like a goldfish. What else have we got? Cantona did the very same celebration and it was loved. It's Skipper Dog. It depends on the player, doesn't it? I mean, sometimes all these things depend on the player and how the media currently feel about that player and how they treat it, so I wouldn't worry about it one bit. The code for the Fantasy League is in there as well. Tom put that in if anybody wants to join it. Thank you. This isn't the only Liverpool channel I'm a subscriber to, but it's nice to support all the Reds channels. Absolutely, Jade. There's a lot of good channels out there, mate, making a lot of really good content, reaching a lot of fans. So absolutely, I applaud your support for all the channels. Real question is, what's up with Nathaniel Klein, said Christopher Williamson. It looks like he's back, mate. Klopp said that he's coming back from an injury and that he's available. Now, he doesn't think he'd be able to play the full 90, but he will be in the squad by the looks of it, so there you go, he is back. Luke said, hey Craig, watch you on the United stand. You came across like you always do. Think most Manx found you impressive and gave you the respect you deserve. I don't know how they found me, Luke, but they were respectful, which, you know, I have a massive thing about people being respectful, so I thank them for that one. I enjoyed the chat over there, and I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday, first and foremost, because that's what it's all about. That's what the show is building up to. This is what we're here talking about. All roads lead to Anfield on Sunday for this game against Manchester United. And there's no two ways about it. It's one of the biggest games of the season for both clubs. No matter where they are in the table, this game means a lot to both sets of fans. Mate, I think we'll fall short in the title race. We lack a special Coutinho type player. We rely on our front three too much, and they'll get tired eventually. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, East London Drill, but I'd look at it this way. When you're relying on three up front, you can always take one out. So you can always rest one during a game or during a period and rotate them and have two of the three playing. So I wouldn't worry about them getting burnt out. I think we can be clever enough on sticking Shaqiri in there or Sturridge or even Origi. I wouldn't really like it to be Origi if I'm being honest. I know he scored lately and fair play to him, but I'm going to stand over my belief that I still don't think he's good enough. But I wouldn't worry about it. I'd be more worried if we were reliant on one player. So if we had a Harry Kane, for instance, I'd be more worried about somebody like that falling sick or getting burnt out. The fact that we have three there that can do a job, I think we might be okay. Now, whether we fall short in the title race or not, your guess is as good as mine. But if we're in that race and we're right there till the end, that's all I can hope for at this moment in time. I'd play Hendo at right back and Fabinho central defensive midfield. Why would you do that? Play Henderson in a position he's never played before, and Fabinho, who has played at right back for Monaco and Real Madrid, put him in central defensive mid. It doesn't make any sense, pal. You'd be better off moving to a back three. White Malteser, yeah, there you go. Proper order. It actually fucking made me starving when I heard about a White Malteser, so you know, I do like a good trolling, and a White Malteser was original, so fair fucks. Right, where was I in the chat? Trying to catch up. There we go. Ray's team would be Alisson, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Big Dog, Robbo. I take it that Big Dog. Come on. Henderson, Gini, Naby, and the front three, and he's gone for 4-0 as well, which is optimistic, but you know what, it'd be fucking delicious if that happened, wouldn't it? Hey Craig, you should smile more as we're on top. Oh, I would usually, Edmund. I'm really unwell. I've got a really bad man flu at the minute, so I wasn't going to come on tonight, but I decided I had to, really, because I told people I'd be on, so I decided I would come on. But I have a bit of man flu at the minute. We all know how debilitating man flu can be. Martin Reed said, new subscriber, Salah is a tank. Thank you for subscribing, Martin. And yes, he is a tank. Salah is unbelievable. I mean, I still pinch myself that he's a Liverpool player and quite how good he's been. Anthony Peters has gone for Alisson, Millie, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Gini, Naby, Mo, Bobby and Mane. Be amazed if you went into that game with a midfield of Fabinho, Gini and Naby. Yeah, I'd be amazed if Henderson didn't get a look in here for this game, particularly with his experience in and around the game. But I like that 11 though, don't get me wrong. I mean, long term I wouldn't mind seeing that midfield at all. Fabinho should start for me more often. Naby Keita, we all know I love that guy. It's just who's the third going to be, and if Gini was that third, then yeah, I wouldn't expect it from Klopp this week anyway. Hoover might be on the bench against United and Klein will probably start. I don't know if Klein will start. He's been out a while, so to drop him straight back in without really having played any matches, you'd almost be safer putting Fabinho at right back. I support Liverpool, my brother supports United. We're watching the match on Sunday together. He'll get salty, said Callum Ross. Damn right he will, mate. But look, good that you're going to get to watch it with your bro. I hope you guys enjoy it. One of you will enjoy it probably and one of you won't, but hopefully you enjoy it, Callum, and your brother is salty. Klein might not be great attacking wise, but he's a good defender. Was probably our most consistent player a couple of years back. Look, there's no doubting in my mind for I know that Nathaniel Klein is an excellent right back. I agree with you completely. He's only 27 as well, so he's still got plenty of years left in his career. At least 3 or 4 good years left in him. AS Empire's gone. Alisson, Milner, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Gini, Keita, Mane, Firmino and Salah. The White Malteser and Father Dougal, Sunday the Agenda Dream Team. There you go. The White Malteser and Father Dougal Crosby. Great channel, Craig. Thank you, Edmund. That's really kind of you, mate. And guys, again, apologies if I'm not myself today. I really am struggling with a head cold. So bear with me if I'm a little bit slow or a little bit dozy. Brendan Rodgers is Irish, not Welsh, mate. For fuck's sake. If that's a serious comment, then you should be awfully embarrassed. I think you're on a wind-up. I hope you're not that stupid. And I think you're on a wind-up. But he's definitely Irish, Welsh. For fuck's sake. Imagine saying Brendan Rodgers was Welsh. Craig, would you play Camacho as Klopp said he can play? No, I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't play Camacho. Not yet. Not in this game. But we've seen Trent thrown into big games before when he was younger. And we've seen kids thrown in. They've done well. What I will say is whoever Klopp plays has my support. Klopp knows a lot more about these players than any of us do. He sees them every single day on the training pitch. So he knows who's capable, who's ready and who isn't. And he's not going to put somebody on the field that he doesn't believe in. The Revelry has a Discord link there as well if anybody wants to join the Discord group, which basically is a chat group for when we're not on air and people can go in there and keep in touch. There's loads of people in there. It's always quite busy actually. So if you are a Red, if you are a subscriber to the channel, then please do check out that Discord group. The Mo Sasson will snipe Phil the Alpaca Jones from the dressing room. Starting to get nervous now before the usual game against their bitter rivals. Of course they're getting nervous. The last thing, they'd be delighted to get out with this with a 1-0 loss, I'd say. Delighted. The last thing they want is to get a hiding 4 or 5-0. What's your prediction for the match on Sunday? 2-0, Martin. 2-0 is my prediction. I'm hoping for more, but 2-0 is my it's my pessimistic prediction probably. But I want to see the two teams before I really make a prediction because I've absolutely no idea what to expect at this point. I don't know who's fit. I don't know who isn't fit. Both managers are kind of keeping their cards close to their chest with certain players. Mourinho's still bitter about not getting the Liverpool job, let's be honest, said Aganetho. And I think he is deep down. He wanted the job. He wanted the job and Rafa got the job. He took the job at Chelsea. And look, he did a great job there. Obviously, we can't knock it. He won the league and that with Chelsea. But he did want the Liverpool job. I'm not even kidding. Liverpool on the verge of signing Phil Jones for 100 million and Salah swap reported from Sky Sports. Yeah. There's no way that that's on Sky Sports. There's no way that that's even a conversation point. I want Keita, Fabinho and Milner to start, said Evan. I don't know about Milner though with the cramp. Will he be available? Will he be ready to come back? And I know James Milner's as fit as they come, but will he be ready again after going down with cramp? I don't know, Tuesday, he said Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Maybe I'm being a bit too negative. Did we go 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? Says Yordar. I don't know, mate. At this point I'm wondering, are we getting too hooked up or too focused on what formation we go with? It's the 11 that are on the field for me that's most important, and the formation after that, it's secondary. I would say though, I guess I would go 4-3-3 for this one because there's not going to be much space in behind, so I don't really see the need to go 4-2-3-1 and have somebody up top trying to get in behind him when there's going to be no space for him to run into. So I'd probably guess a 4-3-3, but again, complete guess. East London drill. You've wrote the same comment 3 or 4 times now, mate. 3-1 to the mighty Liverpool on Sunday. A picture on Millie's Instagram with him and Mo jumping. He said the Egyptian king uses powers of elevation. Hope he saves them for Sunday. I'm so glad that we were playing on Tuesday, do you know that? So the players have had a chance to get a little bit of a warm down, get a bit of a rest and get ready for this game. Because so often the manager gets no time on the training pitch. He just goes back and forth. Beatbox Dre beats. You're starting to bore me now. I don't even know if you're serious or not, but you know what? I'm sick. I'm not listening to your bollocks. So you're gone. Adios, dickhead. Am I welcome to the channel? Absolutely, Martin. You are very welcome, sir. Beatbox Dre, he's gone. He's too fucking dumb. He's boring me. I don't care. Anyone that hides behind bullshit pictures as well, they can fuck off. Craig, careful that man flu. Keep you glued to the TV for days. I'm already like that, to be honest, Stephen. I watch too much television as it is. It's usually football though. LFC_5 has gone for Milner, Lovren, Virgil, Robbo, Genie, Fabinho, Keita, Mane, Salah, and Firmino. We should look out for Lukaku's first touch. It could be all the way from Ireland. Yeah, he's shocking. I'm more concerned about what type of 11 they're going to put out. I say concerned, I don't really mean concerned. Intrigued at what type of 11 they're going to put out. Will he play Lukaku? Surely he has to. Will he play Pogba? That's a really interesting one. Somebody said gay should not be used as an insult in this chat. Absolutely. Any homophobic comments in here, you'll receive an immediate ban, because it's just not going to be put up with. Slagging is one thing, banter is one thing, but we don't put up with any racism, we don't put up with any homophobia, any xenophobia, or any other type of phobia in here that insults people. It just won't be taken and you'll be thrown straight out. Tom Flynn's team is Alisson, Jimmy, Degsy, VVD, Robbo, Fabinho, Naby, Genie, Salah, Firmino, Mane. I think most of us are quite happy with the front three. I think none of us are ever going to change that. It usually just comes to the midfield and sometimes the back four, depending on who's available. Alpha G's in with his daily reminder that DT is a nonce. He does put that in on a daily basis. Somebody sent me the video today of him running onto the field in the game against the United stand to confront the referee or whoever it was. Honest to God, the absolute state of that. Talk about embarrassing. Talk about making a show of yourself. Talking about showing up your channel, your mates. My God, what was he at? Running on acting like a hard man again. The chap is... I don't know him, but everything I see of him makes me think he's an absolute plank. How do I have top comments here? No idea what you're talking about. We need to score at least 2 goals in the first half today as Empire. Look, an early goal is vital. An early goal, 2 would be better. As you said, 1 might let them sit back and hope they can pinch something, but 2 will certainly have to open up the game. One of the most defensive coaches in the world has no faith in his defence, and neither say anymore. I love when you say tickety boo, makes my night. I love saying tickety boo as well. I've no idea where that started from or why I started saying it, but I like it. I've just read your comment, Jeff, and I've just read this one. I said, why don't you read my comment? So I'm not really sure what you're talking about. If I miss comments, I miss comments, buddy. I don't do it on purpose. I'm not holding anybody as a favourite over somebody else. Don't take it personally. If I miss it, it was an accident. Put it back in again. Stick an emoji or something on the end of it like you have done. It'll catch my attention. Again, apologies if I missed your comment. It wasn't done on purpose. Divock Origi brings energy to the dressing room, said Ferno. Mate, we all know what you think Divock Origi brings to the dressing room. And it's a bit more than energy. It's about 12 inches. People stop putting up the same comment over and over again, said Christopher. Absolutely, because I'm just going to miss. If people just kept putting the same thing in, I'll just skip it on purpose. How about Fabinho to play at right back? Yeah, that's something, Hassan, that a lot of people are suggesting, and he has form. He's played there before. It's not ideal, but whatever the gaffer goes with, you got to imagine that they've been drilled and they're going to know what they're at. And whoever we play there at the moment, if it's not a right back, then United are going to try and exploit it because they'll see it as a potential weakness, as we would with any other team. So yeah, if we play Fabinho at right back, then look, it's a patch-up job, and we just hope he does his best. Can't wait for the man's S to be devastated. I don't know what that means. I can see Jose playing his surrender card in Scott McTominay. Even his name is fucking dull, that McTominay guy. I don't understand how he gets a game for United at times. He just seems... Well, he does seem like a very Jose Mourinho type footballer, to be fair. Hope you recover soon from your illness. I really don't want you to get sick, Craig. I'll be back soon. Bye. It's okay, mate. So our whole house has it at the minute, so it's just one of those things, when one person in the house gets it, it spreads around and we all end up with it. I hope we draw Madrid in the knockout stage of the Champions League. I'd love to twat them at Anfield and get Lovren to header one in top bins in the Bernabeu as Ramos cries his eyes out. said LFC_5. Is arachnophobia okay, said Connor. Mate, arachnophobia is okay. If you're scared of spiders, mate, I'll leave it with you. I'd rather than play Lukaku. I feel VVD would pocket him. A fast front three would cause us a few more problems, which is a fair point. Yeah, that is a good point. Martial, Rashford, who else is available to United at the minute? And Lingard maybe. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. I think you are right. I think Van Dijk pockets most centre forwards, but on his day, if he's up for it, Lukaku can be a handful. Would a phobia of spiders count? No, that's the arachnophobia is sound, Tom. I'd like to see Milner at right back and Fabinho in midfield, said your dad. Ideally, so would I. But I don't know if Milner will be available. But if he is, then yes, I would expect him at right back if he's available. Yeah, that homophobic comment can fuck right off East London Drill. As can you, mate, actually. Do you know what? You and your homophobic nonsense can go and fuck yourself. This whole stupidity of it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Go fuck yourself, mate. There's no room in society for small-minded fucking idiots like you. Who people love is none of your fucking concern, mate. As long as there's love in the world and people find love and people share their lives, their special moments with somebody that they care about, whose fucking concern is it of yours if that's two men, two women? Whose business is that of yours or mine? I mean, I wish everybody love, I wish everybody happiness. I hope everybody finds that somebody special in their life and shares moments with them. I've been lucky enough to find it with my wife. I wish it on everybody else, so fuck you and your small-minded bigotry. I'm having the feeling that City will drop points against Everton and will win the game on Sunday and have more points ahead of City. Everton has improved and have proven hard enough for City in the past. If it was at Goodison, I would think they might have a chance, Jeff, but the fact that it's at the Etihad and it's a half-12 kick-off, I can see City getting through it. They rested a good few players as well during the week, so they're going to be fresh, and I think they'll beat Everton. If I'm being honest, I would love you to be right, and I would love them to take points off City, but I can't see it happening. But again, mate, my opinion matters absolutely nothing. When that match kicks off, that's all that matters. Did you get monetized, Craig? We did, mate. We finally did. After, 6 months of chasing it, we finally did get monetized, which means we can take super chats. It means you'll get adverts, unfortunately, popping up from time to time as well. But it is brilliant because it brings the channel in an income now, which will help us to buy that new equipment that we were talking about, that new camera and a few other bits and pieces. So, yeah, happy days. I remember the first super chat when it popped up, it freaked the shit out of me because I didn't know what was it. This big bright thing appearing on my screen and I hadn't got a clue what was going on. Would love to see us go old school and do a 30-minute blitz. Yes, Anthony, I would love that. It's been a while since we've done that 30-minute blitz that you're talking about. The one that tore Manchester City apart, the one that tore Roma apart. One of those would go down very, very well indeed. Did that catch your attention? Yeah, I'm shit at, if somebody puts these in though, mate, if you put in the emojis, I'm shit at figuring out what the emojis actually mean. Hello Red, said Andre, always a pleasure, pal, to have you back in. Always great to see you in the chat. Craig, do you think our Irishman Conor Masterson being in the squad for Sunday? He loves Conor Masterson, Tom. Klopp is very fond of Conor Masterson. I would have said no if Nat Phillips was available, but the fact that Phillips has coming back from an injury that he picked up in the mini derby against Everton, I think it's an Achilles injury if memory serves me correct, Masterson might get into the squad, and you know what, he has to get a look in eventually, and he was very close last season. I think he was in a couple of squads at the end of the season last year, and he's had a few injuries over the summer. I think he picked up, or he was laid back or something. I think he picked up something on international duty with Ireland. But yeah, I wouldn't mind him in the squad whatsoever. Obviously, having my Irish tinted glasses on, I want him to do well, as I do with Creevy and Kelleher at the club. Pat Bott said, really confident about the weekend. 3-0 to the mighty Reds. Bye-bye, Jose. Rod said, sorry guys, lightning and hail here. Had to look after the family for a moment. I hope they're all well, Rod. Jesus. lightning and hail. I remember a while ago as well, you had a bit of not a tornado, but you had some mad storm come through. Hope everybody is okay. Obviously your internet's working, you're still on. Yeah, finally, said Mighty Lad, finally got monetized. It took a while. But yeah, we're here in the end. It's great because we can already see income coming into the channel, which is brilliant. It really helps us out. It stops us having to fund everything from our own pockets as well, and it stops us having to go in and ask for crowdfunding and stuff, which we never ever wanted to do. We always just wanted a level playing field with other channels, and now we've got that. We're delighted. It's been a great week for the channel all around. We had the results, all the fantastic games that the Reds have won. We've had a subscriber count that's been flying up. We've got to meet some new people in the chat, which is amazing. It's always one of the best parts of being on here. My emails have been full with people asking us to do stuff. Even some radio stations and a couple of betting companies and stuff touching or reaching out to do a few bits and pieces. Had to say no to most of them, unfortunately, because I don't think they've fit in with what we want to do. Yeah, so, but it is great. It's a really good time for the channel, and as I keep saying, it's because of you guys. You guys come in here every single night. It's because of how friendly and how great the chat is, because of how knowledgeable the people are that come in here, and because of how respectful you are towards other people that drop in. All of those things added to the amount of time that we're on and stuff like that adds up to a really good friendly channel. So thank you guys for all your input and your help, because without you we wouldn't be here. This channel wouldn't be where it is. I can't believe that guy earlier on was having a laugh, taking the piss out of us for only having whatever it was, 85 people live in the chat or whatever. Fuck him. I couldn't care less if there was 5 people here. I'd happily sit here and talk to 5 people about the Reds. I'd happily sit here and talk to 3 people about the Reds. The fact that we've got almost 6,000 subscribers baffles me to this day. Why would anybody want to turn on the computer and listen to anything I have to say? I don't know. But I appreciate each and every one of you people for doing it. And I appreciate each and every one of you people letting us into your houses or your computers every night and sharing your thoughts with us on the Reds. It's a family. It's a real community on here. I love it. I'm forever getting off here and talking to my wife about people, and she's like, and I'm using your names on here, of course, and she's like, who the fuck is he talking about? But yeah, thank you again. I'm going to keep saying it. You'll probably hear me thanking you a million times between now and the time the channel finally stops, but I mean it. Each and every time I do mean it. Good night, Stephen, mate. I hope you're okay. And pass my best on to Louise as well. Okay, so Irir Shaban said, you never win nothing. Yeah, I know, mate, you're right. I mean, it's tough. We'll just make do with the 18 league titles, the 5 Champions Leagues, the FA Cups, the League Cups. We'll make do with all of those, mate, but you're right, we never win anything. Shut your shit, club. Shut your shit, club. But why are we in your head then? If we're so shit and we win nothing, why are we in your head? That's the interesting part, pal. Because you're on our channel, having a little sly dig. I love it. It's good banter. I'm enjoying this. I mean, that's the type of banter you want. But you're letting us know we're in your head. So, thank you for that one. You can still support the channel using Ko-fi or Patreon. PayPal, every little helps, said Stephen. Absolutely. And what we've said before is if anybody is going to donate and it's in excess of £10 or whatever your currency is, then don't do it through Super Chats, because Super Chats, 30% of that will be taken by YouTube. So if you want to do anything above that, then yeah, please do it through PayPal or Ko-fi. And the Ko-fi link is in the stream notes, and it'll be there all the time. It's really straightforward. It's just ko-fi.com/Anfield Agenda anyway, so it's really easy. I haven't got the Discord link, Scotty, but I'm sure Rev and I can put it in the chat there for you if you're around, buddy. Can you stick in the Discord link for Scotty so he can join? And again, who was it? I can't remember which one it was, but somebody set up a fantasy football league as well. Please do. If you want to go and join that one as well, I'm sure somebody can put it in the link. There's so many new things popping up. I'm shouting out Instagrams, I'm shouting out Discords, fantasy football links. It's brilliant. I appreciate you guys setting all these things up and keeping in contact with each other. I love it. A prediction for the game, Harren? I'm going for 2-0, mate, but I'd love to know your prediction. United is, I think you meant to say, bigger than Liverpool. You don't win the Premier League for 30 years. Look, mate, let me put it this way to you, with all due respect. I can't argue with what you're saying, because it's pretty much true. But at the same time, you've won fuck all recently. and your club is a laughing stock, and your manager is a joke, and your squad is shite, and you're playing terrible, and your fan base is far from united. So don't worry about us. We're absolutely tickety-boo over here. We love what's going on at Liverpool. We love our gaffer. We love our squad. The fans are all moving in the same direction. So I appreciate what you're saying is true, but you're equally as shit. So don't worry about it, pal. It's all good. Far Isle is in. How are you, sir? Hope all is well. Really looking forward to the game. I'm a bit nervous watching, said Dave for Far Isle. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate the kind words and the super chat as well. Always great to hear from you. I still can't believe we actually met up in Orlando. It was great fun. Lucas still asks after you, by the way, so you made an impression there. But yeah, thank you for that one, mate. I hope you enjoy the game. I think you will. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think all of us Reds are going to enjoy this one. I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to come out on top. Grand Egg of the Cosmos said Pepper Red. What have you got here? Craig, are there going to be Craig and Connor action figures or cuddly soft toys available? No, I'd say we're definitely going more along the lines of sex dolls, Rod, that type of stuff. I mean, yeah, maybe a Craig and Connor set of, I don't know, nipple clamps, something along those lines would probably be more usable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the watch-along with Connor on Sunday. For anyone who missed that earlier on, myself and Connor will be doing a watch-along together for the United game on Sunday, which is class. Really looking forward to that one. Never lose your ethos, Craig and Connor. On that, Anthony, I got an email from somebody today, and they were trying to help us out, so they were laying out this, and this, and they were like, if you did this and this, it would lead to this, and this. And this person comes from a background that was, really helpful to us and could open up doors for us, and it was very nice to receive the email. But I'm reading through the stuff that this person is writing, and they're like, to lead towards being professional, do this, and this. And I was thinking, and the whole time I'm reading it, I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, but being professional is exactly the opposite of what we want to do. Because as I've said to you guys before, we're not going to be that professional channel. Because there's Redman TV, they do great stuff, they've got that covered. The Anfield Wrap, again, brilliant content, great podcast, great YouTube stuff, they've got all that covered. When it comes to interviewing players or the manager or writing really in-depth articles, the Anfield Wrap, Redman TV, they're the go-to for that. Those guys have it all nailed. They're brilliant at what they do, love and respect to them. But we're a little bit different, as I've said since we started. We don't give a fuck about getting access to the club, and I'm not saying that that's what those guys do. They only got that because they excel at what they do. Please don't think I'm doing anything other than complimenting these other guys, because they're brilliant. But for us, it's always been just about other people's opinions, and I only care what you guys have to say, and I only want to talk to Liverpool fans because I am only a fan. I'm not an expert. I never consider myself a pundit or anything like that. I'm just an Irish fella that likes the game, happens to meet other Reds. And I've been put in this position by Connor, who started up the channel and jumped on here and got to meet amazing people, so thank you for that one. But yeah, we're never going to be professional because it's just not our way, and it wouldn't be natural for me to be on here and be professional. On the United stand last night, I watched it back just to see if I cursed. I watched it back just to see if I used any bad language. I don't think I did, which I'm really proud of, because you know me on here, I swear like a sailor. So it was a test to be able to go on somebody else's channel and see if I could restrain myself from using bad language, which I did, and I was treated really well over there. Their chat was lovely. It was an enjoyable chat about a game that I'm really looking forward to, and yeah, great stuff. Oh, I see he's in there. How are you, Mark? I'm good, just tuning in to listen as usual. Looking forward to the game for some reason. I don't know why that reason might be either, Mark, mate. Yeah, it's interesting. I think that's the word we can use to describe this game on Sunday, is interesting. Because I've no idea. Both managers playing their cards a little bit close to their chest, particularly around who's injured and who isn't. And I've no idea what to expect from either one. But I just hope from a viewing perspective, from both sides, I hope it's a decent game of football. And I hope it's just not defence versus attack, or just dull. Because Manchester City came, and when Manchester City come to town, particularly when they come to play Liverpool, we expect an open, entertaining, end-to-end, both teams going at each other. And Pep rocked up this year, and we got far from that. They sat back, they played very defensively. They actually should have won the game. They missed the penalty right at the end. Mahrez, God bless him, missed the penalty. But yeah, so I don't know what to expect from United. Sometimes you expect one thing from a team that shows up in these games, and Jose is somebody who definitely likes to rock the boat and make mad changes at the last minute, or play somebody completely out of position just to throw the opposition manager. So I've no idea what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it because it's Liverpool United. It's the biggest game of the season outside of Everton. But for me, much like Mark said yesterday, Mark isn't Mancunian, so he didn't grow up having that whole Manchester rivalry, and I'm not a Scouser, so obviously I don't have that whole inbuilt rivalry with Everton. I have it as a football fan, but yeah, for me it's Manchester United have been the big game. The one, because I grew up around Manchester United fans. Most of my family are Manchester United fans. I'm the only real, well, there's a couple of Liverpool fans in my family, but most of them are United fans. So I've grown up having that whole rivalry with Manchester United fans, and even Arsenal fans to an extent. So yeah, this has always been the game for me, guys. This game on Sunday. It's the one that makes me most nervous. It's the one that pisses me off the most when we lose it and ruins my week. But I'm hoping that we don't have a shitty week ahead. I'm hoping that we go and get the result. I don't know if I would like to be the final nail in Jose's coffin though. Maybe I'd like to inflict Jose on the United fans for a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'll be interested to hear what Mark has to say now. He's coming on Monday, so I'm looking forward to that. After the game, if United get beaten, I expect him to be gracious. I mean, I'm not mean in that sense, but I mean about the manager. Really interested to see what he has to say about the manager, because from chatting yesterday, it seemed like he was very, not anti-Jose, maybe anti-Jose, maybe that is the right word, but wasn't pleased with the manager at this moment in time. Oh, I like that one, Ferno. Your dad watches porn in the attic. They call him An Wank. There you go. Some originality from Ferno. I love that type of fucked up stuff, mate. That's what makes us all beautiful. All these weird, crazy comments that pop in here. And my brain is a cave of stupid comments. So, your dad watches porn in the attic. They call him An Wank. I'm definitely using that one somewhere. And I'm not even going to credit you, Ferno. I'm absolutely just nicking it, pal. I will tell Lucas he said hello. I absolutely will, Farrell. Manchester United have around 9 injuries. Yeah, they've listed, the papers have listed around 9, but the United fans yesterday seemed to believe that a lot of them were perhaps Jose playing mind tricks, and that some of them, I think Shaw, they expected to be available. I can't remember who else they said, if I'm being honest. A bobble-headed Craig, there you go. It would have, the head would have to be too big. It would fall over all the time with that big massive noggin. There's definitely something we can do with the white Malteser though. I honestly love that comment. That's one of the best trolling comments I've got. Connor asking Mark could he unblock him. Yeah, Connor was very, very worried about that one. Why the fuck did he block me? And then he remembered. What else we got? Hello everybody, it's my birthday today, 29 years lung. Lung? I don't know what lung is. Lee, happy birthday, pal. Honestly, 29, you're only a baby. I wish I was 29 again, but happy birthday to you, mate. I hope you have a good birthday weekend, and of course I hope the Reds cap that off with a win for you on Sunday. I hope you got spoiled rotten today, pal. I hope you got loads of presents, and I hope you're having a few drinks and enjoying yourself. But thank you for coming and sharing some of your birthday with us. We appreciate that, mate. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. I'll be in for the game, Craig. I'm a Red and my dad supports United, said Scotty. That'll be interesting. Interesting in your house, mate, if Liverpool win. By the way, England are ranked 6th by FIFA, so do not think that the ranking is a fact. I don't know what you're trying to say there, mate. I don't know what you're trying to say there about England and FIFA ranking, so I'm going to just move on. What else we got? Thanks for everyone. Really had a nice day. Lots of people showing love, which of course you will get on here all the time because the people in our chat are just class acts all around. There seems to be a 5-minute delay between the message being sent and you acknowledging it at the start of the streams. Yeah, of course, mate, because as the stream goes on, more comments come in and I can't read through every single comment in order. So I try to get through, and what I'm talking here, like I'm speaking to you now, 3 more comments come in, another few comments come in, and it's one of the I won't say downsides of the channel becoming a bit more popular, because it's a good thing that we're getting to meet more Reds. But Shay, mate, I do apologise. I try and keep up with them as quickly as I can. But yes, you're right. There is a delay because we have to stop and talk and discuss points from time to time. And I can't just keep up and just read comment, because then it would just be me literally sitting here. I might as well be reading out the fucking dictionary or something. Because we have to interact, we have to have a bit of chat as well. So don't take it personally, mate. I try and get to it eventually. And I'm sorry that it's taking a little bit longer, but I'm doing my best. I have bad grammar, said Tony. Mate, mine's shocking. Connor is forever pulling me up on stuff that I send them. I send them articles or little bits and bobs, and he's like a teacher that sends me back a page with just red marks all over it. Man United fans are falling apart. At the end of the season, most of them will be City fans. Oh, that's a low blow, mate. I don't know. Did anybody see some more of the stuff around Chelsea, by the way, while we're having a little chat about this, about fans and stuff? So we had the stuff around Raheem Sterling, and we all seen the fucking idiots in the front row having a go at Sterling. And look, we've all had a go at Sterling in our own way, but not the way they were having a go at him. We know, we can read between the lines there, we know what was going on. So that was dealt with by Chelsea. They booted those guys out or banned them. Then we had the Chelsea fans away in the Europa League, and apparently there was anti-Semitic chanting from those guys as well. Then we had the stuff a few years back around the PSG fan on the train. You don't want to tar all fans with one brush, because you can't do that. It's not fair. There's thousands upon thousands of fans that attend football games, but what I'm confident to say is there's more dickheads that seem to be supporting Chelsea than most other clubs. And by dickheads, I mean gammons. And by gammons, I mean racist thugs, basically. And again, I'm not calling all Chelsea fans that, because I wouldn't do that, because every club has a small minority of dickheads. But there seems to be a little percentage or two more, perhaps, around Chelsea, and it's got to be fucking stamped out of the game. There should be no room in the game in this day and age for racism, homophobia, anything to do with religion, xenophobia, any of that type of stuff needs to be stamped out, needs to be kicked out. As fans, we need to call out other fans on it, and inside the stadiums, the stewards and the staff need to boot these fuckers out as soon as they hear it. Yes, banter is banter, but there are some things that is just a line that you do not cross. Call Raheem Sterling shite, tell him he's going to miss, tell him he's useless. Do all that stuff, that's banter. The players are used to that. Sterling hears that every fucking day of the week, as do Liverpool players, United players, all that type of stuff. They're used to that, they've got thick skin. They have to be to get to where they've got to in the game. But some things, I mean, we've had a go at Raheem Sterling on here, we've called him a snake, we've had a go at him for leaving, we've done all that stuff. But I stand and applaud him for the way he dealt with that. To have that thrown at him, what he's going to pass the ball out to somebody to take a corner. He dealt with that situation with tremendous dignity, and I respect him immensely for it, and he spoke up about it fantastically. I thought the points that he raised were done very eloquently and very articulately, and fair play to him. He's after starting a conversation that needed to be had, and I'm glad to see that he's getting the support that he's getting from the FA, from other players, from his peers of course as well, because he deserves it. And it's not just him. Raheem Sterling just happens to be one of the more high profile players because, you know, he's a successful player. He's playing for the league champions at the minute. He's an English international. He's scoring goals. He's in good form in his career. And he's in the media all the time, for a lot of the time for bullshit reasons, if we're being honest. I mean, who gives a fuck what tattoo Sterling has, or what car he drives, or whether he's a fucking barber's in his house, or whatever the fuck. Who gives a shit? I think most of the time football fans only care about what goes on in the field. And yeah, we don't want to hear about our players in nightclubs at 6 o'clock in the morning, drunk the day before a game. That type of stuff is a little bit different, but there is a line that the media have crossed sometimes in the way they portray certain players. And this does then leak into the stands, and it leaks into culture. And the media do have a duty of care, not just to the players, but to society in general. I remember seeing a video before of Chelsea fans, and again, I'm sorry to bring this up as Chelsea fans, but this happened to be in this video, and they were shouting stuff at Liverpool fans, and this wasn't anti-Semitic or racist or anything. I think it was bin dippers, or there's a bit of Hillsborough chant in there as well. And I remember chatting to a young Chelsea fan about it on Twitter, and he was just saying, oh, it's just a song, we were just singing it. And I said, look, do you know what the words to that mean? And I spent a few minutes talking to this young man back and forth, and I explained what the words meant, and he was shocked. to hear what they meant, and he apologised, and he said he just sung it because he was taught it. He was in the stands, he'd been going for years, and he just learned the song. He didn't understand what it meant, what the significance of it was, and that happens. So this is why we have a duty to cut this shit out, because I don't want my son learning it. I'm sure you guys don't want your kids learning it. Football is a game that we love, whether we're fans of one club or another. At the end of the day, racism gone, homophobia gone, xenophobia should be gone. Doesn't matter where in the world the fuck you come from, particularly when it comes towards fans. We've had it in our own club. You've had people that say they don't want fans from other countries. You've had people that say they don't want fans from outside Liverpool. I mean, there's a very small minority again. Any Scousers I've ever met have been nothing but the best. Really nice, welcoming, friendly people. But it exists. And we've got to get rid of all this shit out of the game. Because it's a beautiful game. It deserves to be at the height of the world like it is now. It deserves to be at its peak. It probably is at its peak now from a sporting sense. It has to be the most watched sport in the world. I'm guessing at this, but it just has to be. I remember seeing something before that when Liverpool play United, it has much more viewers than the Super Bowl. Like much more viewers. That's how popular football is, and that's just a Premier League game. So I think we all have a duty, whether it's in our chat rooms here, whether we're on social media, whether we're with our mates going to a game, whether we're down the pub, whether we're with our kids at a game. We all have a duty to stamp this shit out and make sure that the next generation of people coming through and attending these football games can do so in a safe, welcoming, warm environment. That yes, there will be banter, and yes, there will be rivalry, and yes, there will be some people who cross that line, some people who have a little bit too much to drink, but it's up to us as a whole to stamp this shit out. It has to come out. I mean, well done to Raheem Sterling, well done to the FA, but it's still a little bit too little, a little bit too late. And they got to get their finger out and make sure that no more players have to go this year. We've seen a couple of Liverpool players go through it. Raheem Brewster spoke about it as well. It just shouldn't happen. And I was told something around... We spoke last night on the stream about why was Ajaria ending his loan spell at Rangers. Well, I was sent a few things last night that opened my eyes as well. Some racial abuse towards him from Rangers fans. And it's in black and white, so it's undeniable. It was sent to me, and it was taken from a conversation. So look, again, what the fuck? What's the point? He's up there playing football to try and help your club, and they're racially abusing him. It's just sad people. Same to the trolls that come in here and post the shit about, like, call me whatever, that's fine. But when you start coming in talking about nationalities, or you're talking about, like, calling people gay, or you're like, stupid stuff that a fucking child wouldn't say, and hiding behind fucking fake accounts and stuff, you're pathetic. Honestly, just grow a pair. Like, it takes much more courage to stand up and say no, or to not just go with the crowd if you're in these situations. It takes more courage to stand up and say, hang on a minute, something's not right here. And you might get called out, you might get fucking hurt for it, whatever, but do it. Do the right thing. You never have to talk yourself into doing the right thing in life. That's something somebody told me before. You only have to convince yourself ever to do the wrong thing. Kev said new Instagram account. Please follow it there. The link is in. What did you think of Mark? Craig said Owen. He was friendly, warm and welcoming. I don't know what else to say. I didn't have much time to chat with Mark. I think we spent maybe 8 or 10 minutes talking. Yeah, it was fine. I'm looking forward to Monday. So I'll always be a little bit more relaxed in my own environment. So I'll be looking forward to Monday. Get Mark onto the channel here, and hopefully we can just try and have a bit of fun. Just relax the chat down a little bit. And I'm hoping we're celebrating a Liverpool win. But yeah, it was good. It's something I should do more of. Connor's always called me out on it for not doing stuff with other channels, because I'm very Anfield Agenda focused, and I just kind of look at what we do and don't look outside. But it was good. I appreciated the offer to come on. And look, I learned lessons as well along the way, and you hold your hands up sometimes when you're wrong about people, and I was very, very welcomed over there, and I appreciate that one. So thank you to Mark for bringing us over, and thank you to the guys on the United stand for basically not tearing me a new asshole when I was on there, which they could easily have, particularly in the chat. Wouldn't it be better if you read the newer ones? Yeah, I could do. Or I could do what I always do and keep running the channel the way I want to. Shay, that's another idea. Why would I read the newer ones and then ignore everything everybody else wrote just because Shay's getting a little bit impatient and wants his comments read a little bit quicker? What about the people that have taken the time to write before you, mate? I mean, let's think about them. And Shay, look, honestly, in all due respect, mate, it's great having you here and all, but if you're not happy, you know where the door is, pal. Feel free to fuck off if this isn't for you. You'll be shown respect when you're in here, but don't start crying and whinging about it, mate. What else have we got? What time are you on Monday? 10 o'clock. It'll be on here at 10 o'clock. The usual time. 10:15, something like that. It's the Dirty Banks who started the whole chant thing, and Chelsea joined in. Both sets of fans who sang it should be ashamed. Yeah, look, let's not think that we're all whiter than white here either. I mean, I've seen Liverpool fans talk about Munich. Let's not bury our heads in the sand here. I've seen Liverpool fans talk about that air disaster, and I've seen Liverpool fans say things that they shouldn't be saying. And I've called the fuckers out on it on social media because it's disgusting. I have a little rule, and I think most people might stick to this rule generally in life, is I wouldn't write something on social media that I would not say to somebody if they were standing in front of me. And that's a question I ask myself when I'm about to post something that might be a little bit confrontational. I just say, look, would you say this if he was standing there in front of you? If the answer is no, I wouldn't write it. And if the answer is yes, then I'll write it because I feel like I'd stand over what I'm saying. It's easy to hide behind a fake account and act like Billy Big Bollocks and try and score a few cheap points, but that says a lot more about these people and their insecurities than it does about the people that they're insulting. What's that eating the beautiful Anfield grass? It's Jose, the Anfield Agenda alpaca. I still haven't gotten the Discord link. I'm sure it's been in a couple of times, mate. I'm sorry about that. If the Revanite's there, buddy, could you stick in the Discord link? Or Connor, mate, if you have it, could you please stick it in and maybe tag Lazy Demonetization in that one? Why is there talk about aliens? You guys are nuts. Talk about aliens in the chat now. Oh, I knew fucking Rod had to be involved. If there was an alien conversation, yes. No shock that Rod's at the centre of that one. I think you should put a bus on the pitch because you know that's what Jose is going to do. Well, that's why Jose the alpaca is there. He's getting it ready for the bus. He's just chewing down the grass and making sure it's all level and good. Nice firm surface there so the bus doesn't sink when it gets parked there. Liverpool will win the league when Hazard wins the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. Hazard ain't ever winning the Ballon d'Or, but Liverpool will hopefully win the league. But I've seen what you did there, and it was clever. Because you're trying to say both are never going to happen, I get you. But I have a particular gripe with Eden Hazard. Everybody's fans have some dirty eggs out there. Oh, again, I see what you did there, I like it. But yes, you're true. All fans have dickheads. There's no surer thing than that. Craig, send our best wishes to one of our spanners, Charlene, who's not feeling the best today. Absolutely. Nothing but love for Charlene. I speak to Charlene nearly every day on social media, back and forth. And I know what Charlene's going through, and yes, of course, lots of love and respect to Charlene. I hope she feels better. I know she's doing a lot of treatment at the minute, so our thoughts are with Charlene, and we look forward to having her back with us. And I hope she's okay, and I'll pass that from Connor as well. Ronnie said, we have to win Sunday, no point in being top for a week and show City we're here to stay. And Ronnie, mate, I'm with you 100%. If this was away, I'd be a little bit more worried. But the fact that it's at Anfield, the fact that we're unbeaten there in so long, we have to win every game at Anfield, or we have to try. And you're right, there's no point in being there for a week and then falling off. It means jack shit. We've got to stay there. We've got to put our foot down, and we've got to try and create a gap between us and City. So much like you, pal, I hope we get the 3 points on Sunday, and I hope we push on. There's a Discord link there. Lazy Demonetization, if you're in the chat and you can't see it, the Revanite has put it in there. How do I join the Fantasy League? Did somebody put... I'm getting lost amongst all these links, to be honest with you. The Fantasy League, who is this? I can't remember. Who's running the Fantasy League? I'm lost. There's so many new things popping up, I'm absolutely lost. I haven't even joined the Fantasy League yet. I better get my finger out and join it. Ah, you got it, Mr. Demonetization, thank you. I have to admit, I'm a gambler man myself. What do you reckon in the match, Craig? Yeah, it's tough in this one. I would probably go with Liverpool to win and Salah to score. Yeah, that's what I'd go. I would be a bit worried about going with over 2.5 goals. So I'd probably just go with Liverpool to win and Salah to score. But I don't want to be steering your gambling on. Everton to get points from City and the Reds to beat United. It's a Merseyside thing this weekend, said Anthony Peters. A couple of people seem to be a little bit hopeful that the bidders can get something from City. I'm not one of them. Personally, I think City have got to give them a kicking. And there's the code. Thank you, Tom, for the Fantasy League as well. If anybody wants that one, somebody messaged in earlier on. Hopefully Trent is fit. I'm not a fan of Milner versus Martial. Said, my parents are disappointed in me. I don't know if he is or not, mate. And that's the honest answer. I know he had cramp. I hope he's fit. I hope he starts at right back as well. No, sorry, Milner had the cramp. Trent, I'd be fairly confident he's not playing. Sorry. I'm fairly sure we won't see Trent for the game, unfortunately. It'll be Milner or Fabinho or right back by the looks of it. Again, though, Klopp could surprise us. I wish Liverpool could play Celtic. The You'll Never Walk Alone chant would be amazing from both fans. Well, Sam, we might get Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, so we could have another good version of You'll Never Walk Alone, because those guys sing it as well, as I'm sure you know. Liverpool scouts are some of the best in the world. Once Klopp took over, nearly all the signings under him have been successful. You guys got a gem in Klopp. We really did. Is it Jugends? Excuse me if I've mispronounced that. Yeah, we really did. I honestly count my blessings that he's our manager. And I've said this to our own guys before in here. If we could go into a factory and just pull out loads of ingredients and put them in and make up a manager, it would end up looking like Klopp. Because everything, all his attributes are the type of things that appeal to us Liverpool fans. His passion, the way he goes about the game, his signings and the way he looks at signings and the in-depth nature, and he looks at the personality of the players coming in. So many things. He just makes everybody feel special. Everyone that he's ever met in life, I'm sure he's made feel special. And yeah, when you're coming from Brendan Rodgers, he did okay. We had 13-14, it was close. And Roy fucking Hodgson. To have Jurgen Klopp walk through the doors, it's a big change. The club got a lift immediately. It made us more available or more appealable to certain players. I think the owners have backed him more as well. I think they put their money where their mouth is because they know it's going to be treated better under Jurgen Klopp and it's going to be invested properly. So yeah, it's been great. It's been absolutely brilliant having him at the club. Stood in the cop for the Fulham match as part of my 60th. Come on the Reds before I pop me clog, said Martin. Jeez, Martin, you're making me feel young now. I was saying somebody else at 29 was young earlier on. Now I feel young. If you were in there in your 60th, pal, that's deadly. Guys, don't forget, if you're watching, by the way, and you haven't yet subscribed, we're trying to hit 6,000 subscribers this week. We're being greedy about it, if I'm being honest, because 5,000 seemed to be only a week or so ago, but we're flying along. Yeah, so thank you to everyone new that's joined. But if you are watching, you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, please do. And of course, don't forget to drop a like on the stream as well, because everyone counts and everyone means a lot. Where are we? I was at Old Trafford last week, bought a ticket for the time of the next goal. I opened it and it said March. I wasn't expecting that to come. I just read the comment. I wasn't even thinking about it when I was reading it. Well, at least look, keep it in your pocket, mate. Don't lose it. You might win. Blue Cousins will come good for us, said Tommy Wammy. I love that name as well. City are going to rip Everton a new arsehole, said Christopher. Bringing us right back down to earth, mate. Sam said, I really hope we smash these Manx scum. No holding back there, Sam. It's really hard to read the flood of comments. You can always repost, can always ask again. Maybe the mods can answer if it's pressing. Absolutely. Craig, can you enter the Fantasy League by 11:30 tomorrow? Tom, mate, I promise you, if you send it to me on Twitter or email it to me, AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com or AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com, I promise you I'll enter it as soon as I finish this stream. It'll be the next thing I do when I click off. I should have done it by now, mate. I do apologise. The fact that Klopp gets the club is huge, as well as especially for the fans. Mo's back to goals, said FaZe Viper, which he is. I mean, you can't argue with 4 goals in 2 games, but yet Lee Sharp thinks he's not celebrating because Liverpool fans are on his back. Fuck off, Sharp. 2-0 Salah and Mane, said Frank O'Grady on Periscope. And thank you for joining, Frank. I'm with you on the 2-0, buddy. And you know what? Those 2 scorers aren't out of the realms of possibility either. I'd love to see Sadio score, particularly after his is it fair to call it a horror show during the week with the amount of chances he missed? 5,858 subs. Thank you, Tom. So what, 142 to go. We could definitely do this by Sunday, especially with Connor showing up for the watch-along. That's going to be good fun. Anybody who's wondering what time, we're going to start at about 20 past 3 on Sunday for the watch-along of the United game. United fan here. You're all going to batter us. Fair play to you this year. You all are great to watch. Thank you, Travis. Really kind of you, mate. I know it must have killed you to write that in, same way it would for me if it was the other way around, but appreciate your honesty. I mean, sometimes we're all a little bit blind and we all have our United tinted or Liverpool tinted glasses on, but at the same time, if we're being realistic about it, Liverpool are in a good place at this moment in time. And thank you for being honest about it. Craig, I'd love to see Bobby Firmino score, said Scotty. Well, he's my favourite player, mate, you know that. I always want to see Bobby score. Always want to see those pearly whites shining after he scores, and then not knowing what type of celebration he's going to come out with because he's an absolute nut job. I have a feeling Sadio scores. I feel like he will, said James Painter. What channel is the game on? Sky Sports over here in the UK and Ireland anyway. I'm not sure. Sam, I think you probably are in the UK or Ireland, but if you're not, I don't know what it's on, mate. Craig, also have to say the Anfield Agenda is an island of reliability and companionship. As I'm buried at work, I get these ancestry DNA results and discovering long lost family. I need this escape. Yeah, you've had a crazy week for a while, haven't you? Obviously I'm not going to give away any of your personal information, but yeah, I know you've had a big week, buddy. Been thinking of you. And I'm excited for you as well. I'm excited for everything that's going on there. But thank you for the compliment about the channel. We are a family on here. And sometimes people probably don't realise that when I go off the stream, I'm often chatting to people via email, on Twitter, whether it be on WhatsApp or various other platforms. It doesn't just end when I go off here. I try and keep in contact with as many people as I can. Tom, thank you for the email, Mel. I get to it as soon as I can. Well, no, I promise you, as soon as I click off on this stream, it's the first thing I'll do. Dave Fagan said NBCSN and TSN. Thank you for that one, Dave. Oh, Dave, that's Dave. Yes, sorry. That's Dave Fagan. Right, so, Dave, mate, you guys remember me talking about awesome streams and they're great television solutions. Well, Dave had a little bit of issue with that. Not with the programming. The programming is going strong and it's gone fantastic. Just a little bit of issue. One of his accounts was hacked, so I'm going to get the new account and I'm going to give it out for Dave. Maybe you can put it in the chat there, Dave, if you want, buddy, the name of the new Twitter account. It was awesome streams, and I'm telling you, I've been using this television solutions provider, shall we say, for quite a long time, and brilliant. Can't fault it. Everything works perfectly. Never had an issue with it, and I'm a picky fucker, and I really mean I'm a picky fucker. If something buffers once for me, I'm telling you to go and fucking stick it in the bin. But I've been very impressed, very reliable, very good service, very good customer service as well. So look, I don't know what to tell you what to do, but if you're in need of television solutions, then contact Dave Fagan there in the chat. He'll put it in there as well, and he'll look after you. Is the alpaca a placement thing, or does Connor have a whole zoo thing? No, he's just there for the game. We thought we'd just stick him in there. I think Connor just found out today that he could do it and just wanted to see what it would look like. So there we go, we stuck it in. You never know what the fuck you're going to get when you turn on here. It's an alpaca today. God knows what it could be tomorrow. I'm afraid to even ask Connor what's in his mind next. I sent you a photo of a Kevin De Bruyne in a Liverpool shirt on Twitter. I think I've seen that one before, Ferno. Yeah, but look, I'd never hold that against the player either. I mean, you've seen Harry Kane in Arsenal shirts and that. He was a kid. Or De Bruyne's case, he was younger. Everyone supports Liverpool, really, let's be honest. They all do, underneath it all. Why am I in the background? Said Jose Mourinho. Just getting the pitch ready, Jose. Just making sure things are all tickety-boo for the game. This is our little nod to you, sir. So I hope you enjoy it. Man, just want to say I'm 14. I've lost a lot. Me dad, me 3 brothers and sister. I missed them a lot around Christmas time, and it feels empty. You're the only positive thing I know. Dean, mate, that's deep, pal. That's a lot of stuff. Your dad. Jesus Christ, mate. Well, I'm glad we're here, and we're always going to be here, pal. Great to have you in. That's a lot to lose, buddy, and I hope you are okay. And if you're not, do reach out to somebody, pal. Christmas can be a tough time of year, so we're always here, and our thoughts are with you, buddy. And thank you for opening up. But God, man, that is a lot to go through. I hope things are okay for you now, and I hope you're getting the support you need, which is most important. So there, at Big Dave, at Big Dave number 5 is the setup on Twitter. So at Big Dave NO5, if anybody wants to pop over and check that one out. Yeah, as I said, I've been using the TV Solutions package for ages, and it's top notch. But yeah, so just again, it's at Big Dave NO5, so NO for number 5. Or you can just contact me or Anfield Agenda on Twitter, and I'll put you in touch with Dave. I thought it was a T-Rex in the background. No, not quite a T-Rex. Although never ruled that out. I mean, when we play Everton next, it could well be a T-Rex. Dave Craig has recommended you, and your channel looks good. It's brilliant. Honestly, it's really, really good. As a Man United fan, I hope you guys hammer us so that our board would sack him. I wonder that side. I wonder how many United fans would hope, would hope that this might be the final nail in the coffin for Mourinho. Do you think he's that close? A lot of people seem to think that it's a monetary thing and that they don't want to pay him out because it will cost them a shitload of money to sack him. But yeah, if we can help, mate, we'll try our best to give you a beating so that Jose can get fired. We'll do our best. I feel I get where you're coming from. We've been in a position where we've had a manager here and it's been like banging our head against the brick wall trying to figure out what he's at. And with Jose, he seems extra petulant. Like, he really seems like he's just trying to stick 2 fingers up to the board at times with some of his selections to try and just prove a point. And you know what? If there's any United fans in the chat, before we head off tonight, there's a couple more minutes left before we end the stream. I want to ask, and excuse me to the Liverpool fans, but I forgot to ask Mark this. So I want to ask some United fans if they're in the chat. Do you guys feel that Mourinho should never have been appointed? Do you guys feel that he just isn't a Manchester United manager? And do you feel that he has been backed enough by the board and that he's just making excuses? And finally, does it annoy you when he starts talking about the 3 league titles that he won? Because with all due respect, he didn't win any at Manchester United. He won the Europa League. I think he may have won another cup, I can't remember. But he hasn't won a league title and he's forever shouting on about the 3 that he won. And I just want to know, 1, were you happy he was appointed? 2, does his conduct now annoy you? And 3, do you think he's been backed enough by your board to put the club in a better position than it is now? And again, apologies to the Liverpool fans, that is something that genuinely interests me. Connor or Craig make Dean Morley a blue spanner. And why would we do that? Can somebody maybe explain to me, Tom, why I do that? Because we've stopped with the blue spanners. We're not giving out anymore, mate, at this moment in time. Because we had some issues, particularly on watchalongs, where people were booting people out too quickly. Do you think the atmosphere on Sunday will be better than the Napoli game? Ooh, Patrick, that's a tough one, mate. There's something special about European games at Anfield, and they do produce an amazing atmosphere. But the fact that this is a 4 o'clock kickoff and it is going to be under the lights, it could be special, Patrick. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a good atmosphere. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a good game. But the European games are one of their own, and that was a very important game as well, Patrick, as is this league game. So it's a good show, and I'm interested to see how this one works out. It'll be great though, that's one thing you can be sure of. Pleasure, Dave. Pleasure. And lots of people as well saying to Dean like that we are all here if you want to chat or anything, which is true. We are all here. We are a family, mate. And yeah, I don't know what to say, Dean, mate, but we're sincere. That's what I will say, is don't think these are just empty words or this is an empty gesture. Reach out, chat. The fact that you're 14, we've got to be, you know, open and careful in what we say here, buddy, but we want to support you if we can. If you need anything, reach out to one of us and ask, pal. Even if it's just to be pointed in the direction of help or assistance, we're always here. Just watched your chat with Mark in the United Stand. Brilliant, Craig. The comments were good towards you. Thank you, Colin. Again, I was shocked at not how friendly people were, because in general people are friendly in life. It was a pleasant surprise and I enjoyed it. Again, there's the Instagram account if anybody wants to jump on there. Alright, Craig, how's tricks? What are your thoughts on Sunday? You can see us giving them a good beating, said Liam. I can see us giving them a beating, Liam. 2-0 is my prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised for it to go a couple more. I just hope to God we're not sitting here at 80 minutes, 0-0, banging and banging and banging the door down trying to get one. Jamie Redknapp thinks Maureen will go if we beat them. Kind of want to sign him for 20 grand. I don't know what you're talking about, Anthony. How's it go if we beat them? So right, get that. Kind of want to sign him for 20 grand. I don't know what that means, pal. You've lost me in the second part. Travis said he doesn't exemplify the United way, but it's kind of hard not to be happy with him when he's originally appointed. Yeah, I suppose when you were the position you were in when he was appointed as well. Van Gaal did okay. Moisey, he actually, his win ratio was probably better than the reputation that he had, but he wasn't the Manchester United manager. David Moyes, he never should have been appointed. Anybody who comes in after Alex Ferguson was going to be on a hiding to nothing because it's an impossible task. But yeah, I suppose I get your point, mate, where you're coming from with that one. Given all he's won in the past, but he's a deadbeat manager at this point. Could do a job for Stoke City though. A couple of people have said to me that they think he might end up at Inter when he's finished. He might go back to Inter Milan again. And particularly because a couple of the signings Inter made tend to point towards a Jose Mourinho type of player. So interesting to see what does happen if he does leave. I remember at one point we had Roy in charge. I actually wanted Mourinho in charge. Kev never wanted Mourinho. But yeah, when Hodgson, the Emu, was managing Liverpool, and he was saying that a draw against Everton was a good result. I mean, it was ridiculous. The guy was a joke. Hi Craig, cheers for the block on Instagram. Mate, I'm not on Instagram, so I have no idea what you're talking about, Mark. I don't run the Instagram account, nor do I have anything to do with the account, buddy, so it wasn't me that blocked you. Kev runs the Instagram account, so have a chat with Kev here. Again, Mark, I don't understand why you're coming on to have a go at me about that. I don't block anybody. I only block people on here when they're abusive, but Instagram has got nothing to do with me. Will the fans go to the articles and cheer the Reds in? Oh, the articles, excuse me. I was reading something else, sorry. When's the Champions League draw, said Lee. Monday, 11 AM. And I think it's followed by the Europa League draw on the same show. Not that we have to worry about that, but yeah, Monday, 11 AM. Really looking forward to it. Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund are my two predictions. We must not underestimate United, we must focus. There's no way they're going to underestimate them, pal. I get you. It's too big of a game. They won't be, I hope. Actually, you can never say never, but they're not going to be that arrogant. They're going to go out there and know what this game means. 3-2 to Liverpool, said Rod. A lot of people just tend to Lee it's Monday. I kind of want to sign him for 20 grand. I don't know what that means, Anthony. You've lost me on the 20 grand part. The thing about the United game is they've nothing to lose. Mourinho won't get sacked if they lose. I don't think he will either, but it'll certainly be another nail in his coffin for those United fans that do want him out. Liam said I can see 3 or 4-0 maybe myself. His beating's been coming for the past few seasons. Lars, buddy, talk to you soon. Oh sorry Craig, it says Craig the host, I'm blocked by no, it's not me that runs it, Mark. It was only started today actually, so how the fuck did you get yourself blocked already? Kev, if you're in the chat, mate, can you put in your username and we'll try and figure this one out for you, because I've no idea why you'd be blocked already. It's only a new account. Now the account, Mark, by the way, the Instagram is Anfield_Agenda, so just make sure it is the right one. IKEA is that furniture shop, Craig. I get that, but what's the 20 grand? I mean, I might be just tick here. I clearly am tick and I'm not getting this. I'm going for 3-1 Sunday, said Mark. 2 for Mane and 1 for Salah. October said I'm very confident we'll get 3 goals. I love the confidence. I really do. So proud of you guys. I'm here trying to be, 2-0 maybe. Inside I'm going, batter them, 4-0, 5-0, kick them. Good night, Scotty. Would you rather a Aubameyang or a Harry goal thief? Oh, for Liverpool, Harry Kane every day of the week. without a shadow of a doubt. Mainly because Aubameyang of his age. I mean, he's a class player. There's no doubt he knows where the goal is. But Harry Kane would, because of his age and that, yeah, I'd rather him at Liverpool. And look, we can talk about Harry Kane and we can say this, that and the other, but he knows where the goal is. He's been doing it season after season. I don't particularly like Harry Kane, but you've got to respect his talent. I can't wait for the Europa League draw, said Lee. Yeah, fuck the Europa League draw. Furniture comments. I still don't get the 20 grand part. I'll just get a taxi at this point. I'm gone. I'm useless. Sorry. Just put it down to the medicine. 4-1 to Liverpool, said Dean. Mane, Van Dijk, Fabinho and Firmino. I'm going 2-1, said the Revenue. Never trust games against the Manx. And Matic to score for United. Look, if we had to concede a goal, and I don't want to concede a goal against United, but I could almost stomach Juan Mata scoring because Juan Mata's a good fella. I just couldn't put up a Pogba score, and I couldn't look at that dabbing fool scoring at Liverpool. I just couldn't. I want Liverpool to batter United, but never pick a score on that match at Christopher. Any interesting games tomorrow? At 12:30 you've got City against Everton. Well, nah, there's not really. If I'm being honest, mate, there isn't really any interesting games tomorrow. It's pretty shit. Well, Craig is caught up with the comments. See, I'll get there in the end. Did you see the reports linking us to Havertz at Bayer Leverkusen? I didn't, but I'm always interested in the transfer story. I do love a bit of transfer gossip. It's got to be Fellaini, said Dave. Oh, God, the thoughts of him scoring. Fellaini and his razor-sharp elbows. What's your team for Sunday with the injuries? Okay, this is going to be the last thing I think before we go. Alisson in goal. Right back, Fabinho. Centre backs, Lovren and Van Dijk. Left back, Robertson. Midfield trio, Jordan Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum and Naby Keita. And then the front three being the front three. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Keita not be in there and see Shaqiri in there. So either one of those I'd be happy with. If Jesse Lingard scores, I'm going to snap the weasel. Right, guys, look, I'm going to have to call it a night. I'm absolutely knackered. My throat is fucked. I mean, I don't know about you, but I take 8-0. Mourinho wants Real Madrid on a payday, said Cahill. Yeah, he wants out at this point. It looks like he wants out. He's never looked happy there. He looks like he's aged immensely over the past few months. But look, guys, thank you so much for everyone that's joined us tonight. Frank O'Grady on Periscope as well, mate. Thank you for joining us. And anybody else that's watching, thank you to those folks that popped over from the United channel. I hope you enjoyed our chat in here. I hope you were treated with respect by the people in our chat. I'm sure you were. But look, guys, as always, love each and every one of you. Enjoy your weekends. I'll chat to you tomorrow night, and we'll have a good old look ahead to the game against United on Sunday. Until then, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream on the way out. And up the motherfucking Reds.